The Day the Bubble Burst was released in 1982. This is directed by Joseph Hardy. It's written by Stanley R. Greenberg and based on the book by Gordon Thomas and Max Morgan Witts, with a cast including Blanche Baker, Franklin Cover, Richard Crenna, Donna Elcar, Rue McClanahan and various others. And I will say I did not enjoy this. It was far too long, it was far too dry. Maybe if I had a deeper passion for the stock market crash in 1929, I would have cared more about it. But I do feel like with this kind of film, they're a good way to introduce people to the topic, and they're supposed to make viewers excited to learn more and maybe emotional about the situation, and I just did not care. So I'm willing to admit that it might have been a better experience had I cared more about the stock market crash, but I also feel like it should have still been engaging and interesting, and I should have learned some things, but it was just so boring that I didn't really take that much away from it, and it's 3 hours. Or almost 3 hours. It has no business being that long at all. The film is about the 1929 stock market crash and how it affected different people. And it is very, very boring. There are some bits that are okay. And as I said, if you are deeply passionate about the stock market crash, you'll certainly take more away from it than I did. But again, with this kind of film, you're supposed to introduce the concept to viewers and make them fascinated and want to learn more through strong storytelling and emotional narratives. And I honestly found that none of that was there at all. Maybe if it was shorter and tighter, it could have been stronger. But it just dragged on for so long that it was just a really tedious experience. It is easy to feel like I'm there. It is immersive in that regard. I did feel like I'd been transported back to the 1920s, so that, that worked well, I guess. The good character writing is worth noting, and the performances are good. I didn't care enough about the characters to save the film, but they are believable, and the performances are strong. Good costumes, good set designs, good range of locations, decent camera work, some good music. It is simply the storytelling. It is very, very dry, and not a good way to either introduce somebody to the stock market crash or basically introduce them to the topic if they have limited knowledge, as was the case with me. And I feel like with this kind of film, that's supposed to be suitable. It's supposed to introduce people to something that they can then want to learn more about. And I came away from this feeling like I never wanted to hear the word stock market crash again. So I didn't care for it. I don't think the storytelling is good. There are some aspects that I've praised, but in general, unless you're very, 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 very passionate about the stock market crash, I'd say it's not worth watching. And that being said, if you're very knowledgeable about it, you'll have very different expectations to me, and you might not like it. So I'd be very keen to know how you find it, what you think of it. But personally, as a film, as a storytelling opportunity, I don't think it's very good.